By the way, hi guys. I know I'm live. I'm just dealing with some last-minute messages. I also just did some Honkai Star Rail, so I could have streamed earlier, but I really wanted to invest into Honkai Star Rail's new content, so I've been doing that. I just got to Don Hung's point of view, so with Hyacinth, so I'm doing that. So anyway, before we get started, please consider supporting my friend Taylor's GoFundMe, where she protects her daughter from her ex-husband. If you'd like to learn more or simply help out by donating, check the GoFundMe link at your web browser. Thank you, and we're gonna get started. And yes, we're just playing some Genshin. This week has been a lot for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been helping Zap with his intense studies. I was given some good news last night, and it was really heartwarming. Zap thanked me for helping him study, and he also said that during the exam he felt somewhat confident in doing it. So it felt nice hearing that from my friend, that I helped him with an exam, and that when he took the exam he felt somewhat confident. And not only did he feel somewhat confident, he was able to answer all the questions and do the extra credit stuff on the exam too. So happy and proud of you, Zap. Hopefully you get that high grade you were hoping for on that exam. But yeah, it's just so much has happened this week, and a lot of stuff has happened that made me reflect on some of my actions in my day-to-day lives. Like there was an incident that happened last night, I'm not gonna lie, and it was regarding how I talk about certain subjects around some of my friends. So that happened, and I've talked to people about it, to other friends, to get another perspective, and I have come up with a solution to that incident, which is tone down on talking about certain subjects. That certain subject being politics. So I was like, I'm not gonna even sugarcoat it anymore. As you guys know, I've been really getting into politics. And the reason why I've been getting into politics is because I feel... Whoa. I feel like some of the stuff that the current administration is doing is affecting my daily life in a negative way. And I feel like I should, like, you know, be vocal about it, let people know, make people aware, but it backfired. There's such a thing as making people too aware, and then making people feel uncomfortable because you talk about it too much. And that's essentially what the incident was. It was just me talking too much about politics, and I was like, okay, alright, I'll tone it down. But I will say this, I'm of the belief that it's important to talk about politics and to make people aware. And I understand that, like, oh, politics isn't a really friendly subject to talk about with certain people. Like, to the point of what one of my friends said, they were like, you know, friends and families have, like, lost relationships because of this. And I'm like, yeah. And yeah, I've been reflecting about it. And I've just come up to the solution, which is like, in certain friend circles, certain areas, I should really just turn down the political talk. Because there's a difference between making people aware and then preaching it, and to the point where you make your friends feel uncomfortable to be around you. And I'm like, oh, and I did rectify it. I did apologize to the people that I've made uncomfortable because I've been so politically vocal about my beliefs, about what's been going on in the United States of America. But, you know. And I remember my friend said something to me that I disagree with fundamentally, but, you know, everyone has the right to believe what they want to believe. And one of my friends said, like, what was it? Like, awareness and politics don't go well together in society. And I just disagree with that statement. I feel like awareness and politics can go hand in hand. It's just gotta be very careful on how you do it. you know, you gotta be aware, you gotta be able to read the room. To which my friend called me out and said, yeah, so read the room. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know what, I'll give it to you. I can't really argue with you about that, but yeah. Hey Sakura, welcome to the stream, how you doing? But yeah, no. My friends do have a point. It's a pretty rainbow, it is. It's called the Spirit Way, Sakura. There should be one more. Yeah. You're tired? Why are you tired? Had a long day today? Yeah, no. I just need to tone down the political talk. And I need to do a better job of separating my political content with my gaming content. That's the big thing. You signed up for cat volunteering? Oh, that's really awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Where are you, where is it at? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, you did have a long day. Oh shoot, what did you do? Oh, that's right. And there we go. I was like, why isn't it taking the picture? Also, what did you mean by cat volunteer, Sakura? Well, yeah, that's the incident. Just a lot to think about with how I interact with friends and how and when I should talk about politics, you know? Because, again, I am of the belief that A, it's very important to talk about politics and to make people aware of what's happening in your country. And B, you should, I believe that awareness and politics can go well together. It's just you have to be mindful of how you use them in tandem. You garden greeted for 4 hours while it became increasingly hard? You garden greeted? What do you mean? You were working on a garden for 4 hours? Why were you gardening? Were you just doing gardening activities? Okay, I think I can do this now. Can I? And the cat volunteers at this cat cafe called Whiskers and Soda, where they also take in stray cats. Oh, that's really cool. Deplete 40 boss HP bars. Okay, party setup. In the Unlimited Fighting Championship, each stage consists of 2 rounds of combat. In the first half of the battle, travelers need to level up in the manner specified by the arena rules and try to increase their support level as much as possible. When the first half ends, the higher the support level, the more buffs gained for the second half. In the second half of the battle, travelers have a limited time to utilize the buffs bestowed by their support level to deplete as many of the boss's HP bars as possible in order to earn higher level medals and rewards. Primary combat opponent. Primary... You're kidding me, right? Okay, so... 1... Wait, no. Yeah. 1... 2... 3... And a 4. Yume Mizuki, oh my gosh, glad to see her there. Okay, wait, no. 1, 2. And then I will put in Kaya, because why the heck not? Garden greeting is where you pass up maps to guests and answer any questions that you can. Oh! Where was the garden? Where did you do the garden greeting? Now I'm curious, that's interesting. Especially involves plants and directions? Oh, so you were at like a botanical garden somewhere? Whoa. Where is this place? Is this in the Stadium of the Sacred Flame? What is this place? It's crazy.
Oh, jerky, time to relax. Take me up. Open fire.
all I'm doing is this.
Don't push your luck.
Hold on to your hats. Let's fly. Focus fire. All done. Yachan, Taechan, let's go.
Oh, I got one support level. Hooray.
Fire in the hole.
Oh, that's not enough. I don't know how I'm gonna... Oh, first half challenge completed. Each time an enemy shield is destroyed, the support level will increase. Okay. Second half is about to begin. I do not have... Okay. What? Oh, I can't look at that. Oh, shoot.
Too strong. Hi. Oof. Kapow. Wrath from the sky. Rev the engines. Moving.
Oh, wow, I am really destroying the shield on this thing.
Hunt them down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Heal.
Skyward.
Need to heal some people.
Stop pyroclastic surge. Full throttle. The antennas. Red beast strike. Hero incoming. Yeah. It's justice o'clock. Oof. Seize the skies. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Scatter. Skyward. Scatter. Skyward.
I think I can get... Oh, yeah, I definitely was gonna get silver.
Scatter. Skyward. Scatter. Skyward. Yeah. Skyward. Yeah. Scatter. Skyward. Skyward. Scatter. Yeah. Scatter.
So it's just another version of a Ruin Drake. Interesting. Wait, could I have... Deplete the HP bar of a boss in the second half 200 times, 900 times? I just want enough to get, like, the Primo Gems, bro. Extinction, Eon Blights, and Ruin Summit the Mountain King. Okay. What do we got? See, Lolly and Raiden? Heck yeah. Speaking of politics, you have to know, during my trip to Japan, was there any signs of ableism? Because you've heard that there was a culture of ableism, but you wouldn't really know the truth. I don't know what ableism is. What is ableism? Like, genuinely, what is that? Ableism? Ableism. Oh. Ableism is a discrimination of the social prejudice against people with disabilities based on the belief that typical abilities are superior. At its heart, ableism is rooted in the assumption that disabled people require fixing defines people by their disability. I did not see that much ableism. But then again, I was in the really touristy areas of Tokyo and Kyoto, you know, like, I didn't see any ableistic, influences or displays there of when I was there. In fact, people were really kind to my mom, who has bad legs, and, like, they would let her sit down in their spot when we got on the trains, because there's priority seating for the elderly and the disability, you know, stuff like that. So, I didn't see that. So, yeah, no, in my time, in the 3 trips I've taken to Japan, which, by the way, was in, like, the Tokyo, Kyoto areas, I didn't see any ableism, you know, but, you know, I was, again, in the touristy areas. I wasn't, like, farther in Japan. Maybe you'll see more if you go into Japan. I've yet to see that. Bloblin Biff 3, welcome to the stream, how you doing? Since you went there several times, 3 times, I'm hoping that you would know something because you really want to go there someday. Yeah, I feel like if you go to Japan for the first time, you should just go to the touristy areas, get a taste of everything, you know, Osaka, Kyoto, Tokyo. I personally believe that's like the first areas you should go to when you go to Japan for the first time. And then the more trips you take, the more you should, you know, spread your wings and go to different areas of Japan. Bro, most of their population is disabled in some way. Psychically? Diabled in some way? Psychically? I mean, I did read an article about how, like, there are homeless kids because the parents of said homeless kids don't care about them. So yeah, and there was a whole thing where like the police force routed these homeless kids back home, which didn't solve the problem because the problem was the parents. So once they routed them back home, and within like 1 or 2 months, the homeless kids returned back to the streets. They are so old. Yeah, no, there's a lot of elderly in Japan. I remember seeing like something regarding that, like there's a declining birth rate or something like that, like more prominent in Japan than other places. Apparently there's an article stating that declining birth rate is a thing in the world. Like, the modern day today is like, the birth rate is less so than in the past. That really clears things up. Oh, well, if it clears things up, glad to see it. I'm being distracted. Didn't mean to talk about news, but yeah. I mean, like, I will agree with Blob though. Like, mental health isn't. I don't know. From what I've read and stuff, like mental health awareness isn't as prominent in Japan as it is in the United States of America, to my understanding. Now, people feel free to correct me on that. I really need to upgrade Bryden. I really need to upgrade her. I don't know why I don't upgrade her.
Oh, so sorry.
Whoa! There we go. Okay, this way, and then I go here. Either the two things in Japan are gonna die. Either there are two things in Japan are gonna die. Japan or there. Oh, okay. That's quite the statement. I will say that is quite the statement. In racism, what do you mean by racism specifically? Because I know that there is like xenophobia there. It's just a thing over there. I didn't pay attention. Oh, I got like 2 out of the 3 buffs. That's really good. Let's continue the challenge. Because I know there's like some xenophobia there, because I know on some of the videos I've watched about traveling to Japan, there are some places there that will do this to you, because they do not want foreigners in their area. Like, you know. The gluttonous Yumkasar, Mountain King. Ow. Not too long ago, Japan had a complaint about overpopulation. Wait, for real? There was a complaint about overpopulation. Oh, well, that makes... I think? That relates to, like, what was it? Like, the whole thing that there's more elderly than there is, like, younger people in Japan nowadays? Here's the main problem. Low birth rate foreigners fix that they are too racist. I will agree that foreigners can fix the birth rate problem in Japan, but like, I wouldn't say they're racist. I would say either they're very xenophobic or they are shy to talk to foreigners. That's my personal belief, even though I've been to Japan 3 times. Sorry, you're saying underpopulation. Oh, underpopulation. That makes so much more sense now. Thank you for clarifying that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Done. Underpopulation. I will agree to that. Yeah, there's a whole thing with that, about that. Ooh, Blaze, lay low, the lava's lord. You're using racism as a synonym for xenophobia, but that's different. I see. Thank you for explaining that you're using racism as a synonym for xenophobia, but that's 2 different things. Racism is just being rude to people because you think their race is beneath you. Xenophobia is just fear of the unknown. Like, you're afraid of them because you don't know them. Racism is just being mean to them because you know who they are or don't know much about them. It's a big difference. They're not racist. Japanese people are not racist. I would say they're xenophobic. Because they're really, if you go to Japan, I've been to Japan, and they're kind to foreigners. It's just, they don't know how to act towards you because they don't know the culture from overseas as well as they do their own culture. This is the whole thing with Japan. It's just xenophobia and like underpopulation, I guess. But that's as far as I've known from hearing things on YouTube, Trash Taste, looking up articles and stuff like that. That's so far, and I've been there personally. So Japan is a great place. Don't get me wrong. Japan's prime minister hears me saying this. This is a horrible excuse of American. You're right. I'm sorry. I just have my own opinions about Japan. I think Japan's a wonderful place to visit. I would not live there. I love Japanese culture. Don't get me wrong. Like the shrine, Shintoism. I think all that stuff is really interesting. I love it. Exactly. That's xenophobia. It's either like avoidance or just like malice because you don't know them. Now, how was the vibe in Japan? You're asking because of the whole world having... So far? So, I was in Japan when... Oh man, this is getting political, I'm so sorry. But to answer your question, Sakura, the vibe in Japan was okay as far as I perceived. Yeah, I was in Japan when Dump, like, applied the tariffs, I believe? Yeah, made an announcement of the tariffs. And I was in Japan, and I was utterly disgusted and appalled. I was extremely upset. I'm like, dude, you're making a horrible rep for Americans right now. I really didn't like what I saw. I was like, Shenyon's there. So, gosh dang it. Okay, I'm gonna use you. I'm gonna use you. Use you. And then, because I have a better Shingon. But yeah, that's to answer your question. The vibe in Japan was okay. Oh no, they do. They do, but from what I understand, like they're so focused in their day-to-day lives, it's not a high priority. The people that care about it is like the higher-ups that have to deal with like foreign trade and stuff like that. As far as I understand and assume. Because I know I was greeted warmly by people, and some people would be like, where are you from? I'd be like, oh, I'm from Texas. They're like, Tejas? I'm like, hi, Tejas. Yeah, the people of Japan don't have to, for the most part, don't have to deal with Dump and his policies in his current, in the current administrative regime. As you can tell, I have my thoughts on the current administration. If you've seen some of my YouTube videos, you can clearly tell, like, my political alignment. Well, get a general idea of my political alignment, if anything. Woo! Kenichi's fun to play, oh my gosh. Do I review characters? I don't. I just play the game, bro. I play games and I just vibe. Like, that's all I do. Oh shoot, I'm not gonna get a buff. This is gonna be a problem. What? What did I do? Oh, corruption, that's right. Oh no! I forgot. These direwolves have corruption. No wonder why my health's so low. Oh no. Well, Kaya's down. All I have is Lisa and Aether. Uh-oh, uh-oh. This is not ideal. That was horrible. I didn't even get much. If the current on-field character's HP remains above 85%, the support level will continuously increase. Okay. You've gotten political, but if there was... But you were there during the tariff pass, you would have pretended that you were Canadian if anyone asked. Oh, shoot. I wouldn't blame you. I know like a lot of countries don't look at the current dump regime and they were like, I don't know about this, fam, because the dump regime's policies are affecting other countries as well, yeah. Yeah, there are some. I am pretty sure there are some that don't agree with it. A good example was the budget plan that was passed, like the blueprint, and then now they're just agreeing on the initial concept of the budget plan. And House Speaker Mike Johnson, I believe, was like, oh, we'll get all the votes, and then according to reports from like Midas Touch and other media news outlets, the Republicans are torn between what the budget plan should be, because the budget plan, in a nutshell, does a lot of tax cuts, right? So that means like not many people would have to pay taxes. However, the tax cuts cut so much money out of government, like federal programs, that the only way to meet these demands is to literally shut down like essential government agencies like Medicare and Medicaid, which I always forget which one is which. Medicaid. Oh no, not Medicaid, Arlington, Texas. Medicaid. Medicaid is a government program in the United States that provides health insurance for adults and children with limited income and resources. And then Medicare. What is... Oh, shoot. Medicare is a federal health insurance program in the United States for people aged 65 or older and younger people with disabilities, including those with end-stage renal disease and amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Interesting, I didn't know about that last good part. But yeah, no. These are like agencies from the government, and it's like essential for working class Americans that don't have enough money to pay the bills themselves, especially for like hospital visits. And so the budget plan proposed that was passed, and now they're trying to figure out the initial stuff for it. The idea was to do tax breaks, so that way Americans don't have to pay higher taxes, right? However, to make up for like the taxes that Americans won't pay, they have to literally shut down government agencies that uses that tax money to operate, like Medicare, Medicaid. What was it? Social Security, I think? Did Social Security use taxpayer dollars? I'm educating myself as well. Okay, according to the SSA.gov, we use your taxes to pay people who are getting benefits right now. Any unused money goes to the Social Security trust funds, not a personal account with your name on it. Many people think of Social Security as just a retirement program. Whoa. The Social Security Administration primarily utilizes dedicated payroll taxes to fund its programs, with some additional income from the taxation of benefits for certain individuals. While the Social Security Administration manages the Social Security trust funds, these funds are distinct from general taxpayer dollars. The money you pay in Social Security taxes is not held in a personal account for you to use later. Instead, it's used to pay benefits to those currently receiving them, and any leftover funds are invested. So yes, Social Security uses taxpayer dollars. Okay, cool. You did this part with a full party of healers? Are you serious? That's crazy, Blob. They're never gonna cut the military? Oh yeah, no. We have a bloated defense budget. I remember someone told me the defense budget, and I was like, dude, that's so massive. Do we need this much money? But to be fair, there was like, I learned from something on Truth Social. I learned something from Truth Social about like how America and Canada have like a whole like thing. There's like an agreement. I really forgot. It's really interesting. It's a military. I wouldn't say military coordination. Oops, wrong one. Let me look online for that. Shoot. Yeah, but there's like some sort of military agreement between like America and Canada, America provides like the materials and supplies and a lot of money to the defense of like North America, while Canada focuses on like contributes money, but they don't contribute as much as the US, but they also contribute to like maritime intelligence or something like that. I don't remember. Someone please fact check me on that. At least the people in Japan now what to do. You usually forgot to focus on your own life. What do you mean? Like, they know what to do? Yeah, because I've gotten into politics so much, like, I've slowly forgotten, like, just things in my life, which leads me to say what I said earlier, which is like, oh, I need to be mindful of when and how I handle talking about politics with my friends, because not everyone is gung-ho about politics like I am right now. You don't believe anything from it since they like to make stuff up on the spot. Oh, that's good. It's important to hear what they say and then do your own research. That's my firm belief. Like, it's not that hard to look up some articles on it, you know. Like, if they say something, you need to, like, look it up. Oh, shoot. Oops. How are you? Shoot, this is kind of bad. Okay, there we go. I need the lava dragon statue to be in the molten form, please. Thank you. Yeah, well, I am proud of you, Blob, for, you know, keeping your wits about yourself, you know, and not believing anything the right has to say at face value. In this case, it's like the dump regime. Uh-oh, I'm letting my political alignment show. Yeah, it's important to, like, when you hear stuff like that, like literally, like in politics or anything, it's very important to do your research and to come up with your own independent opinion, separate from others. Because too many times people will be like, listen to others and be like, oh, and they have this groupthink mindset. Which is why I stand by the belief that when you hear something, you should take the time to research it, if only for like 15 minutes. Someone says something, like political, go online, look up at least 2 articles or something, and be like, oh, I either agree or disagree, but I've come to my own personal opinion based on my own personal research. You're not a political activist, so you don't have vested interest in knowing exactly what is happening, and that's fair. You know, the main thing is to, in politics, the main thing is to not take everything at face value, and to take everything with a grain of salt and do your own research on it so you can come up with your own independent opinion. That's the main thing I just want to put out there. Because we're all individuals, we have our own lives, we have our own beliefs, so it's important to have our own opinions. That's why. But no, that's fair. If you're not vested interest, that's fair, you know. I personally think that people should have vested interest, if only a tiny bit, so that way you know what's going on in the country and stuff like that. Gosh dang it, Varissa's in here. Ah, can't use her there. I don't have another healer, other than Aether. Okay, fine, be that way. See, Lolly, I need you in your beautiful granny body. That could be taken out of context so bad.
Come a little closer.
It's really true. Heard that there's this app where you can measure which news articles are from the left to right. It's called Ground, I think. Oh yeah, Ground News! It's funny that you mentioned that, Sakura. I learned that from this YouTube channel I watched today. And it was all about how, like, the app basically is like, oh, this app can tell you, this app brings up brings up the political alignment of the news station that you're reading from. So if you're reading from a certain news station, Ground News can be like, oh, this news station that this article is from is mainly right-wing or left-wing or independent. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So you can get multiple different perspectives. Yeah, multiple different perspectives on a single subject.
Come a little closer.
Did I really not gain anything? When enemies are frozen by elemental reactions, the support level will continuously increase. Oh, I didn't apply frozen. That's why. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, Jade Plume Terror Shroom? Oh shoot, it's been a while since I've seen you! Ow.
Pyroclastic surge. Rev the engines.
I keep forgetting this enemy is literally a mushroom.
Justice o'clock. Evil works. Shoot on sight.
Woo. There we go. It's stunned. Oh, dang! When you're stunned, you're stunned. Oh shoot. Yeah, heck yeah. You tell him, Marissa. You tell him. Stand down. Okay, cool. Highest medal for the difficulty has been achieved. Thank goodness. I can. And then we have to get to bed? Oh, okay. Well, hey, Sakurai, thank you so much for joining the stream, and I hope you have a wonderful sleep. I wish you good dreams. Hey. I mean, for most people who aren't concerned with politics, it is luck-based since it is whoever gets to you first, the right or left. Ooh, that's an interesting perspective, Blob, to say that. If you aren't invested in politics, you won't know if you really agree with the party at all times. That is a fair assessment. Yeah, because I will say, I really wasn't into politics until, like, the current regime. So, because there are things that the current regime did that has affected the things I care about in life. Such as video games and card games. I did get the volunteer schedule from WeebCon Sakura. I did. And I requested a change. Because, like, I did mention that I'm down to help set up. And then they scheduled me during my work hours. And I was like, oh, no, I can't work this time. I had to request a half day next Thursday. And I've requested to change the shift I work at so that way it doesn't conflict with my working hours. It's so nice to be able to get all the Primo Gems. Shadow, Formidable Fungi Monster. Showdown, Apex Adversary. Oh. Secret Source Automaton Configuration Device. Oh no. Okay, you know, when you don't have a good selection of Genshin characters, of course it's going to be pretty hard. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it, I swear. It's going to take time and investment. But, you know, I appreciate your perspective, Blob. Thanks for sharing that. I never really thought about that.
Let's ride.
Oh, you know what? I will say, this is just a personal thing. Woo!
Dodge this.
Carving waves.
Yep. Oh shoot, you gotta check yours and make a change? Yeah, sure. Have a good night gaming. Oh, thank you! You also have a good night sleeping. But yeah, I used to only listen to, like, Fox News and stuff. And then I was introduced to Brian Tyler Cohen, and that's when, like, I started seeing things a different perspective, and that's why my current political views are the way they are now. So that's just a story about myself. Woo! Night Soul Burst? Oh, Night Soul Burst! Okay. Whoa! Okay. Oh, cool. Alright, well, I'm about to destroy the Secret Source Automaton. The Secret Source Automaton configuration device, there we go.
Rise with the sun. Ready.
down. Into the shadows.
You gotta be kidding me. Seriously? There we go.
Yeah.
It's justice o'clock! By my spark, the night burns!
Pyroclastic surge! Time to testify. Loaded.
I like the chant that Marissa says when she does her, like, ultimate. It's really nice. I think it's really cool. Yay! I did it. I did it. Thank goodness. Alright, cool. We have gotten all the primogens for these. I'm leaving the challenge. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, now to the bulk of this. I need to use my resin. I need to use my resin, guys. Okay. So I know that Varissa's weapon needs this, which I can only get today. So I need to go... Wait, what? Oh, I didn't mean it. There it is. Domain of Forgery, Attentive Observation. I am still on the alchemy. Where is it? Where's the... Oh. Okay, there it is. I was like, huh, what is it? What's going on here? Huh? Alright, so... I will use a vast majority of the resin for this. Oh, okay. The Great Dragon erected many peculiar structures across the land. In the ancient legends, the Great Dragon's outstretched wings could together blot out the light of the sky. Perhaps such descriptions were not hyperbole, or perhaps such wording was a metaphor for their desire to see beyond the sky. But now the traces of said ancient dragon have already vanished, and the people of today can only but glimpse the forging techniques of that ancient civilization through the shattered remnants of those massive structures and their patterns. Something dumb is that, since a large part of voters don't know what is happening, they have plausibility deniability, which could say they didn't know they were voting for baby eating. When you put it that way, yeah, sure, okay. So you can't even hate on party voters. I would disagree with that. There are some people that vote with certain intentions. And if you put that in perspective, like, they vote... So, for example, a voter votes for a certain party because it aligns with their political ideology or whatever, and it's like one of the party's, like, campaign promises was, we're going to, like, deport legal migrants, and the person voted for them because they want people coming to the States to be deported. And if you put in perspective like that, I personally think you can blame the voter then. But it's such a nuanced thing that even your statement is right in the macro sense, in the overall sense. But there are some voters that you can blame. Because, like, some of them have bad intentions, I would say. And they voted for a party because they want their ideal world to come to fruition. And a really worst case scenario is like, oh, I think minorities should disappear. You know, that's a bad thing, but there are some people out there that believe that. Heck, if I remember correctly, is there a city? Hold on. In Mississippi. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, there are racist towns in the U.S. I just looked up. There's like sundown towns is the term apparently, according to Wikipedia. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, I saw that. I was like, yeah, there are in the United States of America. There are racist places, and the Ku Klux Klan still exists. By the way, if people are wondering, like, severely not big following as much anymore, but they still exist. Also, neo-Nazis are a thing too. It's like, really? They exist. Alright.
Burn it down. Light up the blazing sun.
Yeah, no. It's really, I do agree with you, Blob. It's really funny that they still exist. Even after the reforms that have been made, the Emancipation Proclamation, civil rights movements, and there are still people out there that are like, oh no, these people shouldn't be considered people. And it's stuff like that that I really don't like.
Incinerate.
That was quick. Really it? Ow. But yeah. There's still racist groups out there.
Rise with the sun. Light up the blazing sun.
If the evil guys were optimal, things would be a lot different. Oh, for sure. If the evil guys were optimal, things would be a lot different. And by evil guys in this case, I would say people that are racist to others and believe that their race is is better than other races.
Stray clouds converge.
That's what I mean for evil people in this case. But it's like, yeah. They still exist, and thank goodness they aren't prominent in today's world. Or, I hope they're not prominent in today's world. As if they were, I would say that we would be in a very bad position. Personally, that's what I think anyway.
Pyroclastic surge.
Bam! You thought. You thought. I mean, they got dumped to be precedent, Soy. They are prominent enough for you. That's fair. That's fair. Especially with some of the stuff that Dump's done regarding the forced deportations and stuff like that. Yeah, I would say it's a problem. It's really crazy because if you take history class, I remember back when I was in high school, I remember reading in something in U.S. history about how there was a time where people considered America, or the United States of America, to be a melting pot because there's like it's very diverse. There's like different races, different groups of people that come from different backgrounds, and because there's so many different people with different beliefs and ideologies, they refer to the United States of America as the melting pot. And that was in a certain time in history. And it still holds true today because we have so many people from all over the world living in this nation, bringing with them their beliefs, their ideologies, their cultures too. And that's one of the reasons why I like living in the US. Like, I kid you not, like, my best friends are Irish, Hispanic. I've been introduced to Japanese culture, but not just that. Middle Eastern culture, Hispanic culture, German culture. Like, my worldview is very broad because of just simply living in this country. I have like German neighbors, Russian neighbors, and personally I'm very glad that I am here because I've been exposed to such a very open environment. Like, I go to a Catholic church that has allowed Muslims to come in and participate in our fish fries, and it's like, it's really nice to be able to coexist, you know? So yeah, I think I'm blessed to be able to be open to others, as well as be open to their views and respect it, and coexist. I think it's a blessing. And no matter how many anti-racists, if racists are the ones in power, still racist. Yeah, it is. I remember, what was it, like there was an interview with Morgan Freeman or something like that? Feel free to fact check me on this. And the question was like, how can we end racism? And I don't remember the response completely, but it was just like, if you want to end racism, stop talking about racism. But people don't stop talking about racism, so racism will still continue. And I was like, oh, that's a very powerful statement. Very crude, but it was very powerful to hear from Morgan Freeman. It was either Morgan Freeman or Samuel Jackson, I can't remember. He was in an interview, like, not prominent. You know, yeah. You're in the South, so you've only seen Haitians and Mexicans? Oh! Case in point, the United States of America is a melting pot. If you see Haitians and Mexicans in your area, Blob. But as you can tell, I'm very open to discussing stuff about this. So yeah. Because it is through communication that we can come to an understanding, or even better, come to coexist. That's what I think anyway. But like I said earlier in the stream, I really need to do a better job in separating my political content from like my gaming content. Because sometimes they don't mix well, I will say. And I gotta be mindful of it. Because not everyone is gung-ho about talking about politics. I just gotta be better, that's all. I just gotta be better. Long and the short of it. In other news, I've been watching The Dangers in Your Heart Season 2, and I'm enjoying it because it's dubbed. It's nice. Also, apparently, me and Zap learned yesterday that Fire Force Season 3 is already out. And I was like, bro, I'm still watching Fire Force Season 2. I am not prepared to just jump into Season 3. And apparently, according to my friend Kaicho, Fire Force Season 3 leads up to Soul Reaper, I think? And I'm like, oh really? So Soul Reaper and Fire Force are in the same universe. That's crazy. Fire Force is the events before Soul Reaper. I'm like, what? That's crazy. Unalive! Thank you. I think I have enough resin for one more. Yeah? I have enough for one more? Happy Saturday, friends! Okay, I can do one more and that's it. This is dumb. You can't just ignore racism because you can racist adjacent, like, with thinking Mexicans take your job. Oh! You can't just ignore racism. It's not ignoring racism, it's just not talking about it. That's the point. Racism exists because we talk about it. If we just stop talking about it, then racism will die, or will end, or something to those effects, or something like that. Oh, shoot! Dang, Varissa knocked it. But I see your point, Blob, like, you really can't just ignore it. You have to notice it. It's a bad thing. You can't just ignore it. I agree with you. But yeah, it's not ignoring racism. It's just you don't talk about it. You don't make fun of other people because of their skin color. You don't make fun of people because of their religious beliefs. You don't make fun of people because of political ideology. It's that type of thing. At least that's how I interpret it. I don't know. Okay, so I did that. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. That's right. Weapon? Because there's a thing I can do. I can do a bounty. Wait, what is it? Delirious Demeanor of the Sacred Lord? Is that what it's called? Okay. It's time to hunt these things. I'm hunting you. Now, you can be introduced to being racist, and it can subtly enter your life. No, that's true. It can. You're absolutely right, Blob. It can. You can't ignore it. but you can do things to stop its toxic mindset from invading other people's minds. That makes sense. I just went the wrong way. Whoops. I need to go this way. But I believe I understand what either Samuel L. Jackson or, like, Morgan Freeman said about racism. It's like, you just don't talk about it. Just don't talk about it. Because, you know, out of sight, out of mind, you know. Kind of get what he was saying, personally.
Light it up.
What?
Yeah. Scatter. Skyward. Skyward. Stray clouds converge. Yeah. Skyward.
Dad, I don't like how you're bullying me.
Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah. Skyward. Yeah. Skyward. Yeah. Skyward. Skyward.
Oh, I have to hunt Saurians too. I realized I completely forgot I have to hunt Saurians.
Blazing sun. Try and stop me.
If you're wondering why, it's because of the material for Marissa's weapon.
Generate.
Shoot, I gotta do a plunging attack, guys.
Skyward.
Oh, darn it. I wasn't able to stun you.
Skyward. Yeah. Skyward. Yeah. Skyward. 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 Skyward.
Here we go.
Yeah. Skyward. Scatter.
I'm so glad that these enemies respawn every day. Oh, that's a godsend. Ooh, and the bloom! Sky Split Gem Blooms, they've respawned!
Full throttle. Pyroclastic surge. Yeah.
Boop.
Yeah. Skyward.
Kapow! Hi! Yeah! Hi! Yeah!
Seize the skies. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, broke her secret source, you dingo!
Yeah.
Boop. Okay. And then up here. Then I have to hunt Saurians. I legit have to hunt down Saurians. Because of, like, the Tyrant's Fang thing or whatever.
Skyward. Scatter.
Huh? Oh shoot! Oh shoot! I'll take your meat. Because you're jerks. All y'all jerks. Beating me up. Oh! Hi! I actually need to harvest you!
Blazing sun. Rev the engines.
Oh, hey.
Why me? It's justice o'clock! Yeah! Boof!
Yeah? Thank you. I got a Season's Fang. I think Marissa can run. Gosh dang, she hot. Oh, shoot. I don't think I have that. What is that?
Pyroclastic surge. Full throttle.
Why me?
Because why not you?
Yeah!
There we go.
Charge! Headbutt! Heads up! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Rev from the sky.
Hunting you.
Why me?
There we go. And I have to go inside you. You check the map. Down. Get over there. You know, I still need to watch The Chained Soldier. One, it's harem, and two, it's ecchi, and I love that type of content. Am I showing how much of a degenerate I am? I bet I am. But hey, my life, my rules.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Skyward! Skyward! Yeah!
1, 2.
Make way for the Adeptus! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Scatter! Skyward! Skyward! Yeah! Yeah! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter! Skyward!
Yeah, you're facing the plunging attack queen. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
You ought to stand down.
Dang. What?
Hero incoming. Yeah.
Oh! Why did I do that before?
Did that grow out of the ground?
It did. It did, Verissa. Very astute observation. Guess I'll go here. If you don't talk about racism, then people can start believing that aren't necessarily racist, like foreigners taking jobs. If they get enough of those non-racist reasons, they will subconsciously start being racist without them knowing. You're right. I'm like, no, I get what you're saying, Blob. Like, you're right.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Very good counter-argument. And I agree with it. Because it is through learning history that we learn to not repeat history's mistakes. Because those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it again. And that's just a statement. That's a fact.
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Yeah!
That's why we have history class. It's to literally to teach us what worked and what didn't work and what we should keep in mind moving forward into the future. That's why history class is extremely important, despite what some people consider, like, not important. It is very important because, again, very important life lesson. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it again.
Yeah! Skyward! Skyward!
And then if, like, people repeat this history's mistakes, the historians are going to be like, dude, we told you. This is why you should have paid attention in history class. Okay, I think this is going to be the last one. There really isn't much weasels as far as I know, but I know I need to grind for a lot of fangs.
Yeah! Skyward!
Oh. Yeah, I know you. We'll beat you up. Hiya!
Burn it down!
Yeah. Kapow! Charge! Yeah. Headbutt.
Wrath from the skies! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter!
Charge! Yeah. Yeah. It's justice o'clock. Charge.
Yep. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't claim my rewards? I thought I did. Oh no, I'm not gonna go back to Mondstadt. Oh. The fact that Otto, like, locked onto the Mondstadt Adventures Guild just, like, fills me with nostalgia. I remember when I started out and I was just there. I was like, oh. Mondstadt will always have a special place in my heart. It's literally the city of beginnings in Genshin. Like, and look where I am now. I'm in that one.
Add Astra.
Not gonna lie, if we remembered history, then life would be too boring since we would have fixed everything by now.
Thank you for complete.
Not true. History doesn't account for a lot of stuff, believe it or not. History doesn't count for everything. History covers what we've done, but it doesn't cover our future. We shape the future. So,
make the amazing music
yeah.
and all the other fun stuff we enjoy. Even if I miscalculate.
I can craft 52 of you. Okay. I am not too scared then.
My customers are usually.
Yeah, just saying if we remembered history does not mean that life would be too boring or that we would have fixed everything by now. I can tell you that much. After all, I'm an engineer. I learned from history, but I'm still struggling with today's problems. It's just, you know. Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. I have mask. I need to make a number of you. Weapon essential materials. It's a mask. It's you. I mean, like, oh, like 9 of you. I need 2. Okay, and then character and weapon enhancement materials. I need to go to the Fang. The Tyrant's Fang. Yeah, Tyrant's Fang. I can only make 3? I can make a lot of you. Alright, let me make like 70 of these. Is there a... I don't think I can like type in a set amount. I have to repeatedly press or hold down right trigger. Okay. I'll craft that much. I didn't even know I had that much. 26? Jeez. Okay. Whatever, I just need 2. I just need 2 Tyrant's Fang.
Enough to let me know rather than take advantage of it.
No, you need to overarching things like big problems, not dumb day-to-day bull stuff. If you mean overarching things like political policies for governing a country, I would agree for the most part. But day-to-day, I would disagree with the statement dumb day-to-day bull stuff. Again, we build our stuff off the shoulders of giants. All of the stuff we have now was because of our predecessors' achievements. So it's not dumb day-to-day bull stuff. We're still innovating, we're still creating, using the knowledge we learned from history. So, basically, what I'm saying is, I don't think the day-to-day stuff is dumb and bull stuff. I think it's still just as important, almost, if not more. I would say that day-to-day stuff is still important as political policies for governing the country. At least that's what I would say. That's my personal opinion on that. That's right, I need to make like 6 of you. Son of a biscuit, I need to make 6 of you.
I've never met.
Is it this one? I think it's this one. It has to be this one. Has to be this one? It is. I need to make 6 of you. I can only make 6. Wow. How much can I make? That's still not enough.
One terrible enough to make me really dislike them. Monsters, on the other hand,
Let's see. Oh, I'm an idiot. I need to make like 7 more Tyrant's Fang.
what their deal is, but they're the only.
I need Tyrant's Fang. 7 more of you. 7 more of you.
Ones I get seriously angry at, especially the ones from the abyss.
Oh, Verissa was still talking. I didn't realize that. Yay! Okay. Auto add. Oh shoot, let's freaking go. I need 6 of these things. I can make 18 of... Okay. I have to grind some more for these. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. The good thing is that Verissa's weapon is level 80 now. Okay. I mean, I still have some time. I was thinking about doing some Zenless Zone Zero, but I'll just do some quests that I haven't done here. Let's do this one. I remember starting this, like, world quest, and I never finished it. I should finish it. Did I not? Oh! Oh, wait. No. I won't do that one. There is a quest. There is a quest, and it was because I wanted to, like, level up Arlecchino. I need to activate... There's a specific quest. Which one? There's so many, oh my gosh. Scenes from Life in Meropide, Visible Hands. Vagrants and Scamps. Incidents are ever sudden, initial facts. The Wondrous Trio has been together in a room for quite some time now. Maybe they've discovered new clues. Talk to them. Oh, that's the initial fact. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is the one. This is the one. I need to do this one. I need to go to Petrichor. How my Arla? Abysmal blob. I will show you my Arlecchino. Day-to-day means stuff like your coffee not being made perfectly, nothing bigger than things just affect people personally. Oh, that's what you mean by day-to-day stuff? I'd still think it's important personally. Not as important as everything, but they're still important. That's what I think anyway. But my Arlecchino, let me show you, Blob. It's abysmal. You have every right to judge me. I'm not gonna lie, you have every right to judge me. Here is my Arlecchino. Level 40. Let's look at the talents. Level 1 across the board. Let's look at the artifacts. None. Weapon. Beginner's Protector. Yeah, no, it's abysmal. I'm not gonna lie. So bad. Father is still just daddy? You right. Blob, you right. When you right, you right. Man, I remember starting this quest and not touching it. Wait, where? Oh, I went the wrong way. I need to go this way. I love how this area of Fontaine was unlocked, and it literally is just a place where you can't swim. You set? What should tonight's menu be? What are you doing? Oh right, I'm working on tonight's menu. After much contemplation, I decided on fish for the main dish to go with a few special drinks. I'm sure those gentlemen will be pleased. Thanks to the God King's grace, the spices I ordered finally arrived on time and combined with some fish fresh from the ocean. Well, feel free to stay and have a taste. Trust me, fish are my specialty. Okay, but I don't know about the aura around your head. Look for the adjective in... Oh, it's right here. Okay. Welcome, travelers, O traversers of dreamscapes. I am the bell ringer at the intersection clock tower, the guide that welcomes travelers to the eternal city. Oh joy, more world building, eh? Could he be part of the same troop as those thieves from before? Leaving that aside for now, all the townspeople we ran into on the way over here were acting really weird. Do you know what that's about? Why, everyone has gone to Makimos already. I imagine that they now dwell under the protection of Sebastos. Wow, so in addition of the Dark Lord Remos, now we've got a Sebastos? This is getting more complicated by the minute. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's dumb, but I understand why they did it, because it's the boss of the world quest, but that's the main reason why I couldn't continue leveling up Arlecchino, was because it was locked behind a quest. And I was in the middle of trying to catch up to where Genshin was, because, when I got back into Genshin, right, so I started Genshin back in 2020, and I only finished Mondstadt's, like, arc, and I was in the middle of Liyue's arc. And then I took a 2-year break, and when I came back in, Fontaine was the newest nation, and there was so much content to cover. So, I unlocked this one while I was trying to finish up the Fontaine arc and prepare myself for Natlin. So, yeah. Pre-farmed her for her? Yeah, but I mean, you're right, but I was so focused on finishing the Archon quests, the story quests, the hangout events, that I didn't even focus on that. I only focused enough on character farming to make sure my Shenyun was C6 and make her the DPS, the sole character I relied on in my current party at the time, to help carry me through the story. Like, Shenyun was the first Genshin 5-star limited character that I invested time and money in. C6, and with her rerun, I R5'd her weapon. She is my proudest achievement in this game. She is an investment. C6 Shenhua? Why? No, Shenyun. It is the character that is being rerun on the current banner. Dark Lord Remus, it would appear that in your journey you have crossed paths with those uncouth barbarians. That is indeed a blasphemous title with which they besmirch the Sebastos Remus, or Mighty Imperator. Oh, so they're both the same Remus. They are the same person after all. But it is of no consequence, so the Sebastos may not be defined by the narrow notions of the tribal mob. Those despicable insects may speak slander as they wish, but the wise, inspired by his noblest ideals, will yet come forth in their droves. Yeah, Shenyan. I love Shenyan. When the bell of eternity tolls, all that has ever come to pass shall be erased, and all will be reborn, regardless of who they are or where they are from. Be grateful and rejoice. Praise be. Shenyan makes traversing Teyvat so much easier. She triple jumps, she glides, she heals your party in times of need. No, she's a plunge enabler, for sure. And I love that she's a plunge enabler. I feel like because of Shenyan, everything has just become more diversified for me. A character reviver, if you would? Yes, she is. What should we do, Godfred? This person sure seems lucid, but the stuff he's spouting is all kinds of whack. You think we've got a sleepwalker here? Maybe he's dreaming? Do you name me a dreamer? The symptoms do match. Dreaming? Certainly. The poor man fell. Hey, uh-oh, he's out cold. Travelers from outside, halt. You don't need C6 for all that? Yeah, you're right. But I wanted to C6 her, so I did. She's been a worthwhile investment in my opinion, so. Excellent, you two look completely mentally sound. Finally, a normal person. Seriously, what's going on in this town? Before that, let's get this gentleman somewhere safe. Can't be leaving him lying here, can we? He'll catch a cold. Though the risk of catching a cold may not be the most important thing right now, we still work together with the normal person to move the incoherently rambling bell ringer onto a nearby bench. Anyway, allow me to reintroduce myself. Call me Esther. I'm a member of the town's Daydream Club. I'm the only member present right now. Paimon's Paimon and he's Godfred. We're tourists visiting Petrichor. In that case, your timing could hardly be worse. I'm afraid our present state might disappoint you. Wait, you introduce yourself as Est. We've heard that name before. It was you who brought the bandits into the Dark Lord's castle, was it not? Huh? What? So, you've also... No, we're wide awake, trust us. We just don't get why everyone's saying all sorts of crazy things. You tell Est about how you met and drove the bandits who saw the shattered stones as treasure away outside town. Oh, it's them. Where to begin? The legend of the Fated Castle has never been a secret. Adventurers just like them come by looking for it every once in a while. And whether it's because the impression the name Golden Troop conjures up is nothing more than poetic imagery, or because the castle was built millennia ago, it's more likely than not that nothing of value remains there now. But would they ever listen? Of course not. No sooner had I brought them over to the ruins in the mountains than they began destroying statues and stuffing them into boxes like people possessed. I could not stop them alone, so I went back to town to get help. I never imagined I'd find nothing but dazed stares and mad ramblings all around. It was like everyone had fallen under some hypnotic spell. The Daydream Club has researched hypnosis before, but something like this is far, far beyond our capabilities. My hypothesis is that something abnormal has occurred within the ruins, according to the records. Actually, why are we the only ones not affected? Interesting. Most interesting. Perhaps we can find a solution in the ruins. It looks kind of goofy for you to jump around enemies. It is like you made hopscotch lethal. Yeah, that's the point. Especially with, what was it, the Mirror Maidens, when they trap you, Shenyan gets out of that. Shenyan just makes things easier for me to play the game. And that's why I invested in her, C6'd her, R5'd her. I love Shenyan. She's great. I'm so glad I have her. Why don't you wait here, Est, leaving the adventuring to us? If you come to us too, you might get turned into a golem. Leave the adventuring to us, my friend. Aw, is that your cat, Est? So cute. No, though the fellow who studied hypnotism would say that they are creatures with keen senses. How odd. That a collar? Pendant? I swear I've seen that accessory before. It ran off. Anyway, ignoring the cat question for now, we should still go to the ruins first and have a look. Say, Est, how can we get there? The ruins, the non behind the town, just so happens to be the exact direction that the cat ran off in. Kitty cat. Godfred, are you sure you're okay? Things are pretty murky right now. Take extra care. You too, alright? We'll be right back, don't you worry. Bro! I'm Sonic the Hedgehog! Oh, I forget outside Natlin, her current skills kind of lack. Woo! Hey, buddy. Oh wait, I have a Claymore user now.
Stray cloud
Oh no. Darn it. Boom. Ow.
Light it up. Yeah.
There we go. That's how we do it. Not bad, not bad. Your valor would not know shame, even should it stand in the company of the Marashose hunters of old. Whoa, it's a rare, shiny cat! We've seen a whole lot of really strange things on our journey. Even so, a glowing talking cat, Paimon supposes it still makes the rare list. One such as I shall not dwell on being called a strange thing. O chosen champions, Godford and Paimon, the time has come for true heroes such as ye to step forth. Come with me unto the ancient kingdom of the deep seas. We must still the chaotic symphony if we are to save the lost souls. This is also part of the world building too? Could it be like one of the Yai publishing house's novels? The ones with the he was our companion in the last life, but only he inherited the memories kind of plot? Speaking of, just who are you? Must I start from the beginning? Very well. Uranades of Uranopolis is my name, a spirit keeper of the ancient realm. What needies? Of the where now? What a tongue twister. I was just gonna call you OC for short. That's close enough, right? What do you think? Meow, meow? Meow, meow? It appears that I cannot command this body as I wish, to the extent that bestial behaviors may even overbear me from time to time. If, from the beginning, I could only have... As the two of you can see, the boundaries between past and present have begun to blur, thanks to the influence of the chaotic symphony. It is for this reason that I too have awoken. For now, the affected area is yet small. The inhabitants of Petrichor have had their souls taken away. They exist in that maddened, dreamlike state because the symphony has temporarily granted them identities and memories to fill the void left behind. It is as if a vessel filled with pure water has had its contents replaced with wondrous wine, an apt description considering that those are memories of ancient history gifted by the symphony. Huh? The Paimon thing. So what you're saying is that the townspeople of Petrichor have had their souls stolen, and their bodies have been possessed? That sounds super scary. You said that the affected area isn't very large yet. That is correct, Godfrey. Of course, eventually even the Court of Fontaine will be consumed if the chosen hero cannot restore harmony to the chaotic melody. Nothing else for it, I am the hero after all. Yeah, alright then, Aussie. Lead the way. Thank you so much. The road to the ancient realm lies beneath the spring you see before you. I have caused the seal in the hidden path to manifest. Next, I shall activate the device that maintains the seal. By stretching your cat form. There we go. Now then, help me retrieve the harp strings, and I shall thus be able to break the seal and open the way. Now then, let us go onto the fated Castellum of Gold. A fated golden cast. Ast mentioned something about the legend of the fated castle too, right? Aren't we talking about these ruins? Nay, nay. These are but scraps on the surface. The true castle lies deeper underwater. You sure do know much more than the cats in town, huh, Aussie? You compare me to the cats in town? Such... Follow closely and try not to get lost then. Whoa, he just jumped down. Can cats swim? They can. I've seen that happen. Alright, there was a chest here. I need to get it.
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Alright, let's go in! Oh, Malwika in Fontaine. That's crazy. Why it feels like these statues are staring at us? What? Statues? Whoa. And this cat is swimming, that's crazy. It is too late to swim back Paimon. We're currently in an ocean current. Nothing for it. Except move forward. I mean, we'll activate a teleport waypoint eventually, right? Ooh, the Faded Castle. Huh? Paimon didn't think there'd be such a huge space down below. Guess you do know your stuff, I'll say. This is but the tip of the iceberg. Once an entire nation in the land upon which it was built sank beneath the waves, then my mission is to prevent that which has sunk from resurfacing. Or, so I believe. Poof, and just like that you suddenly seem a lot less reliable. Well, what am I but a cat that knows an inkling more than those in town, Anyway, we are the sole arbiters of whether the souls of the townsfolk can safely return to their bodies or not, so eyes up now. The fated castle is just through that great gate. Let us continue onward. A shining talking cat? Follow Aussie and explore the ancient realm that lies beneath the deep waters. While adventuring with Aussie, you can talk to him at any moment to get additional information. Don't forget to pet him from time to time, alright? Eon Blight Drake. Oh, this is where the Eon Blight Drake came from. A ruined machine that can absorb energy and hurt it back as an attack. This machine has even greater abilities than the Ruined Drake, being able to attack from the air and on the ground. The Eon Blight Drake can periodically release a dangerous torrent of energy and increase its own elemental resistance against the previous main type of elemental damage it has suffered. Under various circumstances, the cores all over its body will be exposed. Take such opportunities to attack those cores, and you may be able to immobilize this creature and remove its elemental resistance boost. Whenever this creature recovers from paralysis, it will switch between aerial and ground attack forms. Human and Saurian. As one, you have developed an unspoken synergy with your tipless Saurus companion during your journeys together. When your foe launches powerful attacks, you'll be able to spot their weaknesses and fight back alongside your companion. That was in the last... That was like a couple streams ago. Do not let those trifling things outside the window interfere with our relentless march forward. We have work to do. Okay, just gonna get Adventurous Tailfeather. Move forward then. Rude. Anecdota Septentrionalis 1. Can I read it? Guess not. Lost Grimoire. Oh. Whoa, Paimon bets a lot of people can live in a huge castle like this. But of course, and not just people either. Hey, there you go again, saying creepy stuff with a straight face. Oh, fret not, surely heroes such as yourselves would dispatch any hidden ghosts or phantoms without breaking a sweat. And what is this? What an exquisite box! Seems like a music box of some kind. Still, it doesn't seem to fit in too well with its surroundings. Good eye. That is indeed a music box, but just as I have knowledge beyond ordinary cats, this music box has functions beyond most others. My, I didn't think you would be so catty. Hey, Paimon was just joking before. She didn't think you'd take it seriously. It's Paimon's fault, okay? Don't be mad. Meow meow? Seriously? Now you pretend to be a cat? Anyway, even those who lack any musical knowledge can freely operate the power of the symphony using this box. We will have use of it later, I am sure. Huh, but isn't it because the symphony has gone all wacky that all the townsfolk turned into whatever they are now? So what if Godfrey presses the wrong button or something? The symphony here may also become chaotic and become the source of all sins. Wait, what? What sins? You okay over there, Godfrey? Peace, now. You need not be so fretful. The symphony was mighty, beautiful, and glorious once, an existence that shouldered golden ideals. That it sows chaos upon the surface is a mere mishap of misalignment, the result of evildoers misusing great glorious power. But were it Godfrey, surely he would wield its power correctly. It's quite a lot of trust you're putting in on us. It might be more accurate to say that I have no other option. I am a mere cat at present. After all, should I wish to make use of the music box myself, it might prove somewhat difficult. We have spoken this much. Now, to put things to the test, remember the strings we got from the harp in the ruins? Those were, in truth, the scores in which the symphony was recorded. As long as you place the score into the music box, the box shall play its tune all on its own. Oh. It's like a computer. Locus Amoenus. It is said that the first terrestrial creatures emerged from the warm oceans. Lands then were fertile, producing all in abundance. The gifts bestowed by fate were so ample that it seemed as if the land itself had been specially prepared for them. A moving melody accompanies the swift ship as it cuts through the azure waves. The outlander gently plucks at the harp strings, telling his companion, "From here to the ends of the sea, all this I give to thee, until that day comes." I don't know, whatever. Okay, oh, it's just playing. I probably can't talk as fast as the text appears and disappears. Oh, cool. Symphony's Bounty? Oh, that's a pretty happy tune. Paimon's feeling all warm and fuzzy inside. Seems this box still functions. Well now, are we not safe? Wait, so you weren't even sure if it would work or not? Not completely. One cannot judge a box by its cover. Do you not concur? Paimon gets the feeling that you're not talking about the box at all. But never mind that. What should we do now? The Chaotic Symphony must be here. If we can locate it, we can retrieve the souls that have been taken from the townsfolk. And let's have a look around for starters. A reasonable judgment, if memory serves, this castle has a great many strange rooms. Perhaps they were worth investigating first. Also, the castle's central hall plays host to a mysterious stage, though no more plays shall ever be performed there. It was once an entrance to a place deeper underwater still, where the power of the symphony yet lingers. We must go and check for any further anomalies there. Deeper still? Indeed, I wonder what awaits us there. Hey, now's not the time to leave us hanging, Aussie. You're a surprisingly petty one, huh? Still, before the riddle may be solved, we must first find the clues that await us in the castle. Come, let us away. The enigmatic symphony seems to be from a now-destroyed civilization. You can use its power to unleash two types of sound waves. Use the power of the symphony to resonate with entities that react to the power of music. Press to activate a pause sound wave and cause specific objects in the area to stop moving. Continuously hold to activate a play sound wave, which will cause specific objects in the area to start moving or reactivate entities affected by a pause sound wave. Special musical notes float above objects that can be influenced by the power of the symphony. When they resonate with specific sound waves, the notes above them will also change. Note, not all objects that can be influenced by music can resonate with different sound waves. Most of them can only interact with a specific sound wave. In the Hall of the Sea King? Oh. I don't know. Meow meow. Pet him. It's just like that one limited event. Oh, okay, fine. I don't know, Aussie. So you can still pet. You can pet the cat. That's funny.
Rise with the sun.
Woo! There are multiple teleport waypoints here. Rugirio's Notes 3? I already completely understand everything. Humanity has no need to, nor should they, control any knowledge beyond their abilities. In a way, it is not people who pursue knowledge, but knowledge that pursues people. I have an idea. It's one I never mentioned to the Golden Hunter before he left. Why not rebuild the long-abandoned town of Petrichor? We can attract refugees to live here and spread other versions of the legend. This way, they will actively protect the rebuilt seals, and the secrets of this place will be forever. Oh. There's a whole thing about that, huh? The all-devouring narwhal? It's the strange shiny fish again! Feels like it's been following us from outside all this time. How weird. Paimon, have you witnessed so little of the world as to find such things strange? Are we not underwater? Is it not ordinary to see all manner of fish about? Yeah, but this big guy looks anything but ordinary. And this voice, I've heard it before. Seriously? You mean from the dream you had before? Ah, this part of the sea outside is like the castle. It belongs to the past. It is something that should have been forgotten. If one ceaselessly calls out to a monster that has been blotted from memory, it might yet jump out and cause trouble. It is wise to be cautious. It is for the best if we simply treat it as an ordinary fish. You make everything sound so scary, Aussie. Are you just trying to creep us out or something? I simply mean to avoid unnecessary complications. After all, our top priority is to retrieve the surface dwellers' souls, no? It just so happens there's a blank score before us. We simply need to use the music box to tune the autoharmonic reed pipes on either side, and we can obtain it. Give it a go. An autoharmonic device built by an ancient civilization obsessed with music. It must be tuned to the correct mode using the power of the symphony. As you hold and unleash play sound waves, the soundboard will keep sliding. Release to cause it to point at the specific note. This will allow you to change the tuning. Once a set of autoharmonic reed pipes have been appropriately tuned, the note floating above them will change. As to what the correct note is, you might be able to find clues nearby. Okay. Viewpoint. Secret locale of the Ancient Order added to the archive. Their notes. Anything of the sort. Oh, maybe? Oh, just Mora. Oh. Okay. Let's do this. I'm holding down R. There we go. And then this one is that one. There we go.
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Okay, so I guess we go here now? Oh, that's right. I've replaced Mawika's elemental skill with the harp. Stage of Faded Gold added to the archive. Interesting, interesting. Is that notes? Oh, I wanted to read more lore. Lore, give me the lore. Ooh. Is this the stage you spoke of earlier, Aussie? And are Paimon's eyes deceiving you, or is the mirror on top moving? It's kinda spooky. That terrifying power couldn't be escaping from here, could it, Aussie? Hey, Aussie! Aussie! Spacing out. Meow? My apologies, I was distracted for a moment. Did you once perform on this stage? Is that why you're feeling nostalgic or something like that? Did you play a cat? That seems unlikely. I might have, or I might not. It was all in the past either way. Utterly irrelevant. What matters now is the scent of discord I smell in the air, as though some presence, one that makes me uneasy, once visited this place. Fear that specifics may only be ascertained once we have performed the score here. There's one here too? Paimon didn't notice. Well, you may have seen scores shaped like strings, but you have not seen those shaped like murals. One such is before you. Oh, so the pictures are moving because it's actually a score? Yes, did we not find a blank score before? It is now time to perform it. Please do the honors. I guess. Fine, I'll install it. Not only do we have the same hardy skin, but in our veins flows the same divine essence. We share the same wisdom and melody, the same will. Whoa! Someone's coming out of the mural! It has been too long, dear friend. How many years since that day? 500? Thousands? Still, time matters not to us at all. You may be in this small body now, but I recognized you in an instant. Well, are you tired of battle and have decided to take up rat catching as a new hobby? It's you! Then what is he exactly? A monster, a ghost, or could he be that real Dark Lord? Dark Lord? Pah! Barbarians remain barbarians, I see, ignorant even of their own ignorance. Botheus of Lemuria am I, Farmost Harmost of Phobos. You need not introduce yourselves. I have no interest in the titles peddled by primitives. You know this rude fella, Aussie? I do not deny it, but need you be so formal, Cassiodor? Do our years of service under Sebastos, our god king, matter so little to you? The past is past. I do not know how you, whose soul has long been shattered, have manifested, but it seems that the chaotic symphony is your doing and none other. Cease, return the souls of those who live in the present, and go back to the shadow beneath the deep waters to where you belong. This is my final warning to you. Oh, and what then? Will you continue wearing your mask of hypocrisy, traitor? Will you shut your eyes and ears for another millennium? But you have noticed, haven't you, why my melody would break its bonds at this time and affect the present? Why my strength has given me the might to open the gate to the deep waters, allowing me to manifest. The power of the sea surges, Cassiodor. The return of Phobos is imminent. Phobos? Yes, indeed. Over these thousands of years I have already bound my soul to the shattered Phobos. The omniscient enigma, the great power, is about to finally descend once again, and is this not the wish that we once failed to accomplish? To repeat the past is to give the ancient tragedy an encore, nor have I ever wanted to sacrifice innocent lives. Is that so? Well, not that it matters, Cassiodor. The world you have defended is coming apart at the seams. The people of bygone times see you before you shall return to their rightful places. Fontaine's existence is a mistake, one we shall correct. When the oceans swallow it, Remuria shall rise above the sea once again, and its light shall shine over the land. Is this because of the primordial sea? Do even barbarians know of its existence nowadays? You are the mistaken one. We should have assimilated into this new nation thousands of years ago, but it was you who warped them into puppets of ancient hate. Whether that Phobos matter is true or false, as long as my will has not dissipated, your schemes will not succeed. Do you mean to say, then, that we should abandon our honor as Remurians and degenerate into mere base insects? How could I ever allow my kin to return to those bugs of decaying flesh and become slaves to fate once more? It seems that the millennia have not led you to accept Remuria's downfall. If anything, you have grown more obstinate still. Perhaps it is in our stubbornness alone that we are quite similar. I thought that the long years would have rendered you willing to once more stand by our side. You betrayed the tribe that birthed you, and you betrayed Remuria. You may have become the Golden Hunter, but you cannot remove the brand of the Sebastos that marks you still. You will always be a Remurian. Remurians have long ceased to exist, save in your delusions. The world of old has passed away. Of course, our soul was meant to be, but now the border between past and present has faded. If you insist on becoming the enemy of our ancient realm and sealing me once more in a cage buried beneath the waves, then those Fontainians you wish to protect, yes, all of Petrichor, shall be buried as one. No way. We won't let that happen. That is not up to you, insolent savage. When the time comes, your lowly flesh will be rendered as dust, but your soul will join with ours and take the next step of evolution. We shall bestow upon you eternal, resilient bodies, that you may never again suffer mortal pain. Should you have words of gratitude, I will hear them. Why, thank you so very much. That's not something we'd be thankful for at all. Just like those puppets who danced as you performed, those pitiable slaves and servants, those poor children, everything was stripped from them, and you still speak with such conviction. All things have their price. Narrow personal opinions are but refused to be discarded by a higher class of beings such as I. Besides, as I see it, they are an ideal form of humanity, adhering unerringly to perfect order. You're absolutely nuts and despicable, too. Despicable? Ha! And what would you call what Cassiodor did to us thousands of years ago, then? By comparison, this is nothing. But patience. We should have a good long talk, but not here, no. We shall speak beneath those deep waters, in the deepest bowels of our ancient realm, where everything began. The realm awakens, Cassiodor. You are the sole survivor of our fallen realm, the sole Remurian left with free will, and you have left us for far too long. You must return to us and listen to the lamentation and anger of the long years. Perhaps then you shall be more receptive to my symphony and to the arrangement of Phobos. I will await you in the royal city of Remuria, in Domus Aurea, where the Sebastos plied his melody. I will, of course, extend the appropriate hospitality to those souls from the present before your arrival. Should you still remain resolute when the time comes, their souls will naturally receive their release. And as for you, you are not part of Phobos' plan, and yet the great symphony shall in no wise cast out any audience. Do enjoy the passing prelude I have prepared for you. If fortune proves favorable, we shall meet again. I cannot speak English. Oh, okay. Well. Oh. Oh, there's a Hydroculus! Climb it, climb it, climb it. Yay!
Rise with the sun! Light of the blazing sun!
Oh wait, hold on.
Seize the skies!
There we go.
Burn it down!
It's just 6 o'clock.
Easy. I'm so glad Malika's a Claymore user. Well, that shut him up. What do we do now, though? If we want to save the souls of the townspeople, we're going to have to head to the Domus Aurea, or whatever that super rude, duper arrogant guy talked about, right? What do you say? As you might recall, we weren't invited. Since when have we ever needed invitations to crash some bad guy's party? Oh, right, but for what he said, he seems to have known Aussie for a long time. Said they worked for the Sebastos or whatever. We need to have a good talk before we go. Cassiodor, if you have anything you'd like to ask me, this time I shall tell you all I know. Tell us about Remuria. That's where you and that rude fellow are both from, right, Aussie? We've heard that name before. That's true, we heard that about Remuria back in the Fortress of Meripede, apparently. It was ruled by a god named Remus. The story said Remus rode his big ship around and conquered all of Fontaine, but that's as much as Paimon knows. Very well, the story begins before the court of Fontaine as you know it was born. The Sebastos Remus founded a nation above the high sea that is Fontaine, and the ancestors of the present-day Fontanians named him the Dark Lord Remus in their terror. Before it sank, this body of water was part of the Great Fontaine Lake, and the location where the capital of Remuria was sited. As such, these waters have the same properties as those of Fontaine. Wait, so we're actually in the ruins of Remuria now? Indeed, but where the tale differs from commonly told history is, the people of Remuria were not ordinary humans like the Fontanians. Rather, they were a new race. Their bodies were cast of stone, with ichor for blood. The Sebastos gave us such bodies in the hope that we could escape our prisons of rotting flesh and fate. His great vision was that we should all grasp the power of the symphony and thereby escape the shackles of Fortuna, becoming the masters of our own destiny. So those stone statues we saw on the way here, those were your kin? Precisely so. I fear that they have long lost their free will, however, becoming mindless slaves, worse off by far than the humans of old, easily perishable though they are. Wait, in that case, why are you a cat? I'm a cat, for now. And one's will and soul are more important than one's body, are they not? Regardless, it was the Sebastos who gave me new life. We once possessed all of the high sea, countless cities and palaces, flowers, flowing wine, and yet fate found us all the same. After returning from the deepest depths of the sea, the Sebastos used ichor to create imperishable bodies for the people, and still, the prophesied future did not change. Our god king believed that it was because human souls could not escape the gravity of fate, and so he wrote the symphony, a music that could weave destiny. He believed that through this he had found a way to resist fate, but instead, that path led us into utter darkness step by step. And in the end, the entire kingdom sank beneath the waves as though it had been smote by divine punishment. No, I fear that even he did not foresee such an outcome, though all the same, this is what happened. If you have anything you'd like to ask me this time, I shall tell you all I know. So, tell us about your impudent friend. Sorry for that. Right, and he called you Cassiodor or something, right? But aren't you called Orang? That's right. Whoops. Or something? Just as I have traversed many bodies, I have many names. Of course, this is all thanks to the Sebastos, who separated my soul from the Grand Symphony. A convenient ability indeed. But back to Boethius. He was not always evil. He was once a noble Harmust of Remuria, and the sole survivor following the great catastrophe that befell. The original purpose of the Golden Castellum was to unify our surviving kin and prevent the catastrophe of the rising waters from ever occurring again. But evidently Boethius had his own designs. While I and my companions ranged across the land, struggling mightily to contain the power of the primordial waters, he used his eloquent tongue to sway those who remained. He initiated a fell ritual that aimed to restore the shattered symphony and revive the ruined realm. To this end, he did not hesitate to dissolve the will of our kin and plunder the souls of Fontanians everywhere. Many rulers and nobles became his pawns, and Polites, newly born, lay on the brink of destruction. To stop him, who had by now clearly become a monster, I could only forsake my name and become one who hunts phantoms, resisting him alongside the Fontanians. Bitter was the conflict before we were at last able to seal both him and the sea that had devoured our nation. And that's why he named you traitor. I followed the Sebastos precisely because he had shown me that golden dream, a land where prejudice and difference were no more, a land of justice and freedom. But that was what it had become after Remuria sank, no more than a dream. I would rather be called a traitor than let Boethius trample on our ideals. I swore upon fate that I would serve as the barrier between past and present. Thus did I become the spirit keeper of our ancient land. Yes, Mr. Impolite's a pretty stubborn guy, huh? Even after being beaten up and sealed, he's still looking to break out and cause trouble. I had thought that even if evil lingered in him, his soul had long been broken, and he would remain naught but discordant notes, a symphony plunged into strife. I never thought that he would weave his shattered self into the symphony and thus gain mastery over it. The discord and dissonance that now emanate from these waters can be regarded as an extension of his power. If we are to defeat him, I fear we must await the moment when all his soul fragments have gathered around one body. Let's hear about the symphony in Phobos. Where should I even begin? The symphony is human memory and persona woven into a melody through musical notation, creating a song in which human souls can dwell and have their wishes fulfilled. In that way, to master the symphony is to master fate. This is the secret that the great golden bee Sibylla, the prophet who survived the previous cycle, imparted. The Sebastos who created the symphony poured these melodies into the insoluble ichor in hopes that all might control their own fates through playing that music. He overestimated us, I fear, for his deeds terrified us. The people could not bear the burden of fate, and they begged their god and superiors for guidance. At the request of the people, the Sebastos wrote all melodies into the grandest of melodies. This new symphony would bring us all the greatest of happiness, and its name was Phobos. But it did not bring what was promised. Indeed, you saw how it all ended, didn't you? Had the Sebastos' plan worked, the symphony would have woven a melody of utmost gentleness for us all, an eternity that would last 1,000 years and beyond, but something went wrong. Besides the Sebastos himself, only said superiors, the Harmosts, could have changed Phobos' melody, and Boethius was once an excellent Harmost. If you have anything... Oh. So about the dreamscape I saw. You tell of the strange dream you saw before. Ah yes, those were indeed the memories left by he whom I served, the Sebastos, the god King Remus, though I do not understand how you were able to see them, Godfrey. But I do not think you need to worry. If this chaotic symphony was enough to control you, it would have done so long ago on the surface. But that has not happened, yes? Speaking of which, why isn't Est affected? Is he just especially gifted? I do have some idea, but it might be best to wait for the right time to speak of that. Oh, here we go again with the cliffhangers. Just don't forget to tell us, alright? In any case, since you can see these things, Godfrey, that means that some fragment of Sebastos' will and memory remains in his underwater symphony. Long millennia have I searched, and if you could touch some more of these memories, perhaps I may find the answers I have sought all this time. The great waves could not hurt a god, even should their crests scrape the very skies, and yet the Sebastos disappeared without a trace when our nation fell into the depths. He would not have sat idly by as his nation and people drowned in blood. So where did he go? Or was his passing Remuria's true death knell? That's all for now. We can leave the rest for later. Very well, if there is anything else you wish to know, do not hesitate to ask me. Guess we're heading to Domus Aria next. So we can meet that rude guy, right? It's going to be dangerous for sure, but I will continue to guide you. It is, after all, my homeland. Though it may have sunk to the very bottom of the sea, I remember its paths still, even after all these millennia. Or so I believe. Just don't let us down when it counts. Should we encounter difficulties, you may count on me. Do not forget that I am far stronger than an ordinary cat. You know, every time Paimon remembers that you're actually an ancient person from thousands of years ago, it just feels wrong that we're calling you Aussie. But your full name is way too long, so... Okay, let's just call you Monsieur Oz, then. What do you think? Is it polite enough? A name to me is nothing more than a label, but as this represents your acknowledgement, Paimon, I will gladly accept it. Let's move out. It wouldn't be too bad to keep your rude friend waiting, but the townspeople can't wait that long. Oh. Head to the Sea of Bygone Eras? Okay. We'll go here, and I guess we'll stop. Can I leave? Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be it for the stream. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna end the stream here for now. Before I end, consider supporting my friend Taylor's GoFundMe where she protects her daughter from her ex-husband. If you'd like to learn more, simply help out by donating. Just type this GoFundMe link into your web browser. With that being said, thanks for joining me, and have a good start to your Saturday. Peace.